We look at tributes to extinct attractions hidden in Universal Orlando Resort on episode 296 of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast. Hello everybody, welcome to the show. I'm your host Tracy, and with me this evening I have Lee.
Hello everyone.
I have Darren.
What's up, Internet?
And Chris.
Heyo.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good.
Cannot complain.
That's always good.
Yep.
Don't ask Lee, he can always complain.
Oh. Playing with the best of them. Trust me, I've done a lot of it this year.
So we've got a little bit of a different one this time, haven't we?
Yeah, well, this should have been 2 weeks ago show, but because that survey turned up, we thought we wanted to jump on that while it was fresh. So I knocked this one back to this week.
Yeah, and we all like our nostalgia.
Absolutely.
And it's always nice to see that there are nods to things in the parks.
Yep.
You know, keeps the little us oldies happy.
Now, I'm not saying this is a definitive list, but these are all the ones that I could find.
Yeah.
Actual evidence of.
Yes.
There was a couple. There was one specific. I couldn't find any evidence online that it was actually there, but I did read somewhere that there's something in Shrek from Hitchcock. Whether it is or not is a different matter.
Would that be a staircase?
Yes, it would be a staircase.
Yes,
I couldn't actually find a picture or anything.
Yes, so you can physically
cast
see,
iron that yes, it is there.
Is it cast iron?
It may be.
Right, before it gets silly, as usual, let's start in Universal Studios, Florida.
Best park.
Okay. So, Rip Ride Rocket busts through. Darren, would you like to explain more?
Yes. Well, many of you may remember the old Ghostbusters spooked. Let's try that again. Many of you may remember the old Ghostbusters. Love the Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. That's the German version. Oh, the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, Ghostbusters.
Oh, busting the ghost. Busting. Ooh. Okay, so, well, many of you may remember the old Ghostbusters Spooktacular show that starred Darren Schmidt for a very, very short period in about 1993 that was housed in Soundstage 50. Well, there is still a Ghostbusters remnant over there. You know, if you look over to the left of the entrance to race through New York to the section of the building that Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket goes through, you will see that this is a replica of the Ghostbusters Firehouse.
Now, when I was researching this, I expected it to be the New York Public Library set that's right at the back. Mm-hmm. But then when I actually started looking at pictures of it, I didn't realise that was the Ghostbusters Firehouse that Rip Ride Rocket comes through.
Yes. Huh. And there's also, on a window there, a sign for a paranormal investigator as well.
Awesome.
Now that is cool.
And that is also a reference, of course, right back to...
What were you going to say, Trace?
Now, in its previous incarnation, when we did the booth tour, the lockers there.
Oh, yes.
Now, I wonder if they're still anywhere.
I don't think so.
That's a shame, because that was so cool. So, of course, it's like the last week of operations, and that we finally get there. And the Ghostbusters lockers were there. And I believe it was the fire pole was next to it.
Yes. I'd forgotten about that.
Somewhere I've got a photograph of it. So, that's a former nod that most likely isn't there.
No, you wouldn't have thought so.
They took the building right down, didn't they?
Fallon, would it?
Did they take the building right down, though?
No, I don't think they just gutted it inside, didn't they?
Okay. Yeah, that's a cool one.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah. A twister hits race through New York.
And some people might say that could be the best thing that would happen to it.
Tracy, would you like to take this one away? Yes, I would. Sorry. If you look in one specific window of the facade of Race Through New York starring Jimmy Fallon, you can see a blue-collared shirt hanging on a hook. This is a nod to the shirt that Bill Paxton wore in the pre-show videos. Obviously of Twister.
Yeah.
In another window, you can see a stapler. Stationery. I like it. Hey, I like stationery. Leave me alone. With the name B. Paxton on it. I'm not really sure why he would need his own stapler.
Why not?
But, I mean, that come on. That's like, I know people ask for like blue Smarties and things like that, but a stapler's a bit weird. And on the bulletin board is an ad for Twister Cola.
Oh.
I want some Twister Cola.
That's cool. I gotta see that.
That sounds.
Yeah, I love when they do stuff like that. That generally, people wouldn't notice, but people like us, it's like that's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, I like that.
Interesting how they only put Bill Paxton stuff in and no Helen Hunt stuff in.
Maybe they don't have anything.
Billy.
Maybe.
Everyone loves Billy.
Yeah. So, Kong's mummy. Chris, over to you.
I'm very proud of these titles, by the way.
This is a good one. I like this one. So much of the original confrontation ride is still part of the Revenge of the Mummy, as it was too expensive to remove it all. But there is also a small nod to the former attraction in the treasure room. If you look to the front of this room on the left, amongst the treasure, you can see a small Kong statue, as well as a golden banana statue on the right.
Ah, I did not know that.
Yes.
I've still not seen that statue.
I
need
right.
to see it. I still have not actually seen it.
You've got to, if you ride the back row, you're just looking 90 degrees to your right. But if you're riding further forward, you have to physically turn and look further on because it's right in the back.
So I always missed it because I still haven't seen Frank the Pug in Men in Black either.
I've shot him so many times.
He's always fun to find.
You just have to be on that side for sure. But yeah.
Also another.
I'll show you next time.
There's a lot of points too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Gotta find Frank.
Yeah.
Another little hidden thing in this ride, which I did some research before this show, and I think I found out why it's there, is on the screen on the top left-hand corner, there's an ET that shows up before you enter the treasure room.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think you said that one before, Darren, haven't you?
Yeah, they told us about that on the backstage tour.
Yeah. That's
Did
weird.
they ever tell you why it was there?
No, they did not.
Yeah, because that doesn't make any sense, does it?
It doesn't, but when I was just looking this up, right, apparently what I think it is that they used the footage of the screen from the Revenge of the Mummy in Hollywood because that one took over the ET ride. Yeah. So either they left it in there because it was just an homage to whatever rides they took over, or they're like, screw it, just leave it in there.
Nobody will notice.
Yeah.
That's probably what interesting.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'd settle that. I would believe that.
Yeah. And there's also bananas. You can find those painted all on the wall in the attraction queue. And Reg, the lovable corpse who warns guests that the curse is real. Curse is real. Can be seen sporting a hat which says Kong rules.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I always thought it was the ride operator hat that he had on, but guess no.
I can't think about that ride now without, what was it, Hunter said they replaced, was it soul with another word? I can't remember whether I bleeped it out on the show now or whether we actually said what the word was. I can't even remember what it was.
No, I can't remember what it was.
Wasn't it?
I think something like that.
Oh.
Did that?
That's what Hunter always used to, when they'd switched soul out for that. But I think when we talked about it on the show when Hunter was on, I think I actually bleeped the word out so people didn't know what it was.
Yeah, but didn't you keep bleeping it? It was.
Oh, yeah, I never left it in there.
Make sure you bleep it on this one, too.
Yeah, I will do.
Yeah.
Oh, you nasty man.
Oh, dear.
Oh, sorry, listeners. We're evil.
Okay. So the next one is Hercules plus Xena equals Transformers the Ride 3D.
Does it now? There's actually two little nods.
Oh, yeah, that's over to you, Lee, by the way. Wait your turn.
Well, I know I'm reading the script. There's
wrote.
actually, I wrote it as well. Yeah, there's two nods on the Transformers building. One to a current attraction and one to a former attraction. The current attraction is something like it's KX something. It's King's Cross. It basically references the Hogwarts Express, King's Cross station, and the day it opens or something like that. But the Hercules and Xena one, again, it's very subtle because if you wouldn't, I would never know. There's only looking it up. But obviously, where Transformers the Ride 3D is now is where the Hercules and Xena show was. Has either of you two seen that?
No. Not even when it was the
original show or
Hercules and Xena show
Universal?
that was there.
No, I don't remember it, to be honest with you. Maybe, but
No.
we blacked it out.
But if you look on the side of the building, there's a code number that's STN27. I don't know necessarily whether they mean anything, but then HX7, so Hercules and Xena, which I thought was quite cool.
That's cool.
What?
X7 is Xena.
Hercules and Xena.
What's the 7 for?
I'm
I don't
still
know.
not seeing it.
That's how many years the show was on TV.
Oh, okay.
I just made that up, but it sounds like it works.
Xena was spelt with an X,
Yeah, I know.
right? So there's H and X is Hercules and Xena.
I wonder what STN is. It's gotta be
Station.
something.
I think it's Station.
Station. Spell
Station
Ted reference.
27, TBS. That's Station TBS is in Orlando. No, I don't know.
I don't
Maybe.
know.
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that on the side of the nest building was a reference, but didn't know what to, and I'm not particularly impressed.
It's not just a nod. It wasn't. Look, I haven't rated these. The episode wasn't entitled "We Look at Awesome Nods to Former Attractions."
It should be.
Incredible nod.
Let's
5 knots. It'll blow your mind. Number 3 will leave you speechless.
We have 2 top 5s coming up.
It's just.
I know. Yeah, it's just my opinion. It's
It is a
kinda like,
reference to the attraction that was housed in that building before it was Transformers: The Ride 3D.
maybe the 7's because that's only as many shows as there were before the canned it.
I want to know what the Lucy
Dunno.
Lawless character looked like in that attraction. I bet it didn't look like Lucy Lawless.
The Simpsons ride is a reference to the Simpsons television show that aired on television.
On Station 27.
It might be.
Yeah. Okay. Evicted. Evicted.
Did you see what I did there?
I did.
Nice.
Darren?
Yes, well, the Beetlejuice Graveyard Review was never anyone's favorite theme park show. Actually, I have a couple of friends on Instagram that would
Really?
debate you on that. Yes, but it was a sad day when another people-eating show faced its demise. But a tribute to the attraction can still be found roaming the parks. That's right. The Beetlejuice character can still be seen harassing guests around the horror makeup show and in front of the Monsters Cafe sometimes. I've seen him there.
Cool.
If you can't see him, just say his name 3 times.
Yeah, and he's we haven't met him, but I think we had a spew a couple of weeks ago that was about the character as well. And it's
Yes. I don't know if it's just one actor or multiple actors that play him, but apparently they kill him. They kill it. They do a great job because
Gotta show
people
some
have
love to
nothing
the
good
juice,
thing
man.
to say.
I'll be honest, I've only seen one person playing him.
Yeah, me too.
So I suspect it's just one person.
well, it used to be. Wasn't James Keaton was him for a long time?
Mm-hmm.
I love Beetlejuice so much.
But yeah, again, a character they could have quite easily just dropped out of the park entirely. There's
I
no
know.
reason for him to be there at this
Such a
point.
good character.
So-
Oh, I know, so
but
good.
yeah, it's perfect.
It's probably down
Yeah.
to the popularity of him.
Yeah, it's the
I
perfect.
think I mentioned it before. The only time I've seen him in the park is when he was laying. He was like sitting there, like draped over the electric chair, kind of.
Yeah.
And as we walked by, he just kind of looked at me, pointed, and just like waved a little bit. Just like went on with what he was doing. But it's so great. He's like sitting there like King Joffrey, basically.
Yeah, it's the anti-Disney. It's like the Grinches in Islands of
Yeah.
Adventure. It's a character who gets to be snarky with guests and have a
Yes.
laugh
Yeah,
and
and
not
I
be
love
nicey,
that.
and that sums up Universal for me.
Yeah. Do you know, I need a Beetlejuice house now. Horror Nights. That'd be so cool.
That'd be
A
cool.
Beetlejuice
Yeah.
house?
Yeah, black and white striped rooms, and you're walking through like the model
And the sandworm
and the
things.
sandworms,
Yes.
Oh,
and
it would be
work
so
you know,
great.
into the attic, and you know, you can pass
I'd rather
through the
have it than a
study,
Stranger
and
Things house. I'm just saying.
Darren, cut your tongue out.
and then you got your meal. You know, you got your little snack, shrimp pots.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
you wouldn't need them though.
I was going for sandworm, but yeah, shrimp
Yeah.
pot's perfect.
Oh.
7 foot.
Pairs of gloves that are shrimp fingers. Oh, I'd be all over
Oh.
them.
And that's a great specialty cocktail too. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot punch.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Ooh.
they're your sizes.
and then that'd just be you walking out bit, wouldn't it, to singing to that song? So it'd be like you come out of it really pumped, singing. Black banana, daylight come and me one go home.
I am for all of this.
Let's do it.
I need that. Sorry, back to this show.
Oh yeah.
I'm surprised then, when we did that episode with Nikki and Gabe, you never brought up Beetlejuice. Did they own it?
I never thought about it. That's why.
I don't know whether they...
I don't know.
Anyway,
We must have some sort of rights to it, you know. Okay. And on to the next one. It's Judgment Day as Beetlejuice causes a disaster in Fast and Furious.
all right. So the brand new attraction at Universal Studios Florida, which is just open for technical rehearsals, is Fast and Furious Supercharged, and we've already seen nods to technically 4 former attractions that are all housed in the queue. And the first one being, there is a tiny little Beetlejuice doll on top of a shelf. If you pay close attention, you will see it.
Oh, how cute's that?
That's awesome.
Love Beetlejuice. Speaking of Beetlejuice, on a tool rack, a sticker can be read that says, "This car runs on Beetlejuice."
Ha ha ha. Also, another sticker on the wall next to a workbench can be seen adorned with a picture of Frankenstein.
Oh.
I wonder if there's a Wolfman and who's the other one in there?
Creature
wolf?
from the...
No, Dracula.
Dracula?
Yeah, I haven't seen them yet, but obviously it's just opened. I'm sure we'll get more through.
I'm sure we will. In the queue, you will come across 3 circuit breakers. The first one is labelled EQ 06 1990. The second is labelled D! 01 2008. And the last one is labelled FF 03 2018. I wonder what they can mean.
Well, the sad thing is that those circuit breakers, the EQ and the D, are both turned off.
Oh.
And the FF one is turned on.
Does that mean if you can get back there, you can turn FF off
I don't
and then
think
you
so.
favourite either EQ or D on?
Apparently in the queue there is a trophy case with the keys and registration documents of all the cars that Dom has won, and one of them is the document for one Emmett L. Brown.
Oh, okay. There is a leather jacket that can be seen hanging from the corner of some lockers. The jacket is from the now closed Terminator 2 3D.
It's interesting how they've worked lots of other attractions rather than the two it actually replaced in.
I like that.
Also, sitting on a workbench propped up against a toolbox is a license plate that says "Out of Time," which people will know from Back to the Future, of course.
Yes. And finally, hanging over the back of a chair, a Disaster Studios jacket is on display.
Awesome.
Oh,
Cool.
they're really cool.
I couldn't think of a snappy title for this one.
Yeah, I guess so.
Keep it simple.
Yeah, no, I've got nothing.
Exactly.
Richter Burger Company. Wow. Up all night thinking of that
All
one.
right, behave.
Now, this is the only current remnant of the now extinct earthquake/disaster, a major motion picture starring you. The restaurant was themed after Earthquake, the big one, and still carries menu items such as the San Andreas sandwich. They don't cut it, they just tear it apart so it's got a big crack in it. It's like that. I like that.
I like
Just be careful that the plates don't shift.
Oh,
Okay, so one of them.
oh,
That was terrible, I know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the Aftershock burger.
I've had Aftershock before. It's not nice.
I was going to say, we don't want to know what the Aftershock is.
It was great at the time.
Yeah. And now there's some rumblings. It'll be interesting to see whether this will get a retheme once Fast and Furious Supercharged opens.
Because we haven't heard anything
Well,
Got
about
the
it.
Dominic Wrench burger. It's got wrenches on it. They're made of mushrooms or something.
It sounds like that might be a bit of a thick burger.
That's not getting one.
Never asked
As
for
long as
one.
they
I'm not
salad
giving you
bar
one.
there, I'm okay.
Again, I know we say this every time we talk about Richter's. We've never been in.
No, I wanted to go in every time. It's just never happened.
I got another one for this one, actually.
Okay.
The statue
Yes.
that is upside down and crashed into the floor there is actually based on a real statue during the San Francisco earthquake of, like, was it like 1907? I
Awesome.
believe.
Yeah.
Where's the statue at?
It's right on the inside of the restaurant, to your right, as soon as you walk in.
Okay.
It's like, it's basically a statue that has toppled off a building and fallen headfirst into the ground and like embedded into the ground. And that actually happened during the great earthquake of San Francisco. And like I said, 1907, 1904, sometime around there. So that is a direct reference to like a famous photo of that. So
Cool.
it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah.
I didn't
And also
know.
some Doc Brown references in the pictures that are posted in the back. So
Oh. I did not know that either.
Interesting.
Back in time burger.
Oh, I don't know if that's a good idea.
No.
Yeah, things coming back to haunt you. Not so sure. Okay, while we ponder that thought, actually, we'll just take a quick ad break.
Hey guys, Michelle and Robin here from Mouse and Muggle Travel Company. Sorry to interrupt this awesome episode of the Unofficial Universal Orlando podcast.
We promise not to bore you this time.
So, blah, 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 we sell vacation packages.
And blah, 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 blah. We are experts on Universal and Disney destinations.
And blah, 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 our services are free to you.
But what you might not know, we're just a couple of super cool ladies who like to have fun and know all of the tips and tricks to make your vacation all you had dreamed it would be.
You can learn more about us at mouseandmuggle.com and fill out a quick quote request form while you're there.
Just be sure to let us know you heard about us from the UUOP. And remember, whether you're a mouse
or a muggle, Mouse and Muggle Travel Company can help make your next vacation simply magical.
And we're back. Okay, so next up we have Sharks in the Bay.
Sitting by the sharks in
No,
the
no, you spoiled it now. You'll see why.
Chris, would you like this one?
Sure. The only actual complete leftover of the Jaws attraction is Bruce the Shark. The photo op that used to reside in front of the attraction can now be found at the side of Lombard's in the Fisherman's Wharf section of San Francisco and is still a fan favorite.
Yes, it is.
Whenever I think about Bruce the Shark, I always think about when we came over in 2013, the day of our meet, and Thomas spent about 4 hours there. And in the end, people thought he was an actual attendant taking people's photos at the shark. Yes, he spent that much time there.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah.
You got that nice little bar next to Bruce, too.
Yes, the Chez Alcatraz.
Chez Alcatraz.
Had a couple of brews there, including with the great Chris Zavala.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's where we met up.
Oh, cool.
Yes, indeed.
Awesome.
But it's cool that they've kept that shark there, that it is still an iconic thing, that you do see a lot of people still getting the pictures taken there.
Yeah. It's still definitely iconic and probably shows them that maybe Jaws could have had a couple more years.
Yeah.
I was just going to say the same thing. I wonder if they regret.
No, I think when you think how much money Harry Potter's bringing in from, they never did. But it's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure they could have taken out other areas.
I'd give anything to get to ride that ride one more time, because it was so good. And like I've said before as well, like we used to go to Nathan's, the hot dog place there as well, and where the benches were, you were sat on the end run, so when
Dockside,
the boats came back in and they were all whooping and hollering, you could join in. So it's like you got to sort of interact with the ride even though you weren't on it.
Yeah.
And they were good dogs.
They were.
Yeah, it was like a ritual. We rode it every year during Horror Nights. It was. Yeah. I feel like the people who drove the boats were actually like even ad-libbing more during Horror Nights.
Awesome.
To make it funnier.
I mean, you got to look when you talk about iconic. You know, that's where Mike Aiello got his start.
Yeah.
He was a boat driver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
He used to go off script that much. They moved him to somewhere he was allowed to go off script more, if I remember rightly.
Yep. Yes, indeed.
Let's have a minute's silence.
You do understand the meaning of the word silence.
I know, but I was trying to do taps. I don't understand the meaning of the word silence.
No, we know. Okay. So just so you can have a turn then and not be silent. Jaws in London, Lee.
Everybody knows this one, don't they? I think
they do.
this is one of the most advertised sort of nods to Jaws, and probably any other sort of defunct attraction now, is the window of the record shop on the London waterfront. If you take a close look, there is a record entitled "Here's to Swimming with Bow-Legged Women" by the Quint Trio, and obviously a very obvious reference to the Jaws ride and Mr. Quint himself.
Yes.
It's so cool.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really bringing the atmosphere down, isn't it?
It is. So a shark's jaws. Darren.
Yes, slightly more upbeat there. In the window of Mr. Mulpepper's Apothecary, another nod to Jaws can be found in the shape of a set of shark jawbones. And they're like in the top left, if I can remember correctly.
Yeah.
It's they're actually even hard to see, even though they're gigantic.
Really?
Once you see them, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they were right there. But yeah.
I don't even know where Mulpepper's apothecary is. We haven't spent anywhere near enough time in Diagon Alley.
Like right in the center of like the where everybody stops and waits for the dragon
All right.
to go off. Basically, it's like to your left there if you're watching for the dragon.
It would have been cool if they made it like interactive, have like the jaws move.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Snapping together. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Have you seen a shark through a telescope?
I don't think so.
No. Well, inside Wiseacre's wizarding equipment, many telescopes can be seen in the upper level. Most of those telescopes are made of leftover Jaws parts. One in particular is made up of leftover parts from the ship's compass from the queue in Jaws.
Awesome.
That is so cool. I did not know that one. I am
Really?
I'm disappointed in myself.
Yeah, I thought that was
I
another
thought I
one
knew
that
them
was
all.
quite well telegraphed.
And that is the exit shop for Gringotts.
I need to.
We should set up
Look at that
like
one.
a little contest to see everyone get photos of all of these
Yeah,
little
that's
nods.
an idea.
That would be cool.
I had a little drink about an hour ago, and it's gone right to my shrunken head.
Oh,
Yeah.
Chris.
Another tribute to Jaws can be found inside Diagon Alley, specifically in Nocturne Alley. If you find the window with the shrunken heads and hang around long enough, you may catch them singing "Show Me the Way to Go Home," as sang by Quint, Hooper, and Brody in the film.
and I actually have a video recorded on my phone of those shrunken heads singing said, "Show me the way to go home." It's awesome.
Yes, we do.
I've never seen this. I gotta do that.
You do.
Oh, it's so cool.
Yeah. I could spend hours in there.
It keeps saying we haven't spent anywhere near enough time in Diagon Alley.
Well, do something about it.
What?
Book a holiday.
You book a holiday.
Okay.
Anyway.
Do you know, he'd wet himself, I actually did.
I
Yeah.
don't know what I'd do. I'd be obviously excited, but I don't know.
I think
Really?
he's dropping your hints, Tracy.
I'm not.
I've already planted seeds.
If you had a job, things would be different, but you haven't. But
You've got a better job.
that was anyway. If anyone knows of any jobs going
For Lee,
Yes.
not for me.
for both of
All of
us,
them. Travel agents. There you go.
Michelle, Robin, you need to
You
expand.
know enough. Yeah.
Anybody, you need to expand. Okay, back to The
Darren's
Simpsons. Darren.
I'm really bummed out now. Well,
Yeah.
well, hoping to keep the Institute of Future Technology open, Doc Brown was about to sign a contract provided by his banker, Mr. Friedman. Now, this is all in the Q videos for Back to the Future. I mean, for The Simpsons.
Yeah.
I should say. Before he could sign it, however, Mr. Friedman was run over by a DeLorean from 2007 that was driven by Professor Frink. With his banker dead, Doc lamented that he had no choice but to sell the Institute to Krusty the Clown. The Institute of Future Technology was replaced by the Krusty Land Amusement Park. Krusty offered Doc Brown a job tearing up tickets, providing that the latter would cut his hair. Doc agreed to do so as it took effort to manage his look.
I don't
What
think
a
I've
great
seen
ride
that.
transformation that was.
Yeah, I've actually sat in the queue and watched all of them. Like, let people go by and just sat there and watched that. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I wonder what they did with the hoverboard that used to be in the Back to the Future queue. I
know.
wonder where that is.
From what I've heard, a lot of the little bits and bobs from the queue are in the Simpsons break area for the employees, like in a case. Yeah.
That's a bit weird.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, gotta keep them somewhere, I guess.
Here, have your lunch and cry about the ride that used to be.
Cars, trains, and flux capacitors. Although Back to the Future, the ride closed in 2007, two notes of the attractions placed in the park still exist in the DeLorean and the train photo ops near Central Park. Now, both vehicles were used in filming Back to the Future 3. Doc Brown can sometimes be seen conducting weather experiments at the vehicles too, and if you're extremely lucky, you might even see Marty.
I've never seen
We've
him.
never seen Marty.
No.
Very rare. I've never seen him but I've seen other people post about him being there. So.
Yeah, recently, actually, I've heard people that have seen him there recently. It's like it seems to be not Back to the Future, but like we've never seen the Scooby Gang before. We've only ever seen Scooby and Shaggy, but they seem to be out all the time now.
Oh, they're always there.
Yes.
Yeah, we've never seen the full
them,
gang.
no.
I've seen a Morty, not a Marty there.
But it's good that these are there still, because these used to be... Well, didn't the train used to be down opposite where Transformers is now?
Oh.
I seem to remember it being down there. You remember where we stopped off at the RIP tour over... What was the house? It must have been before we did Asylum in Wonderland. I'm sure it was there.
I don't remember.
And then the car was like by the side, because you had like the Ford POS from Men in Black.
Yeah,
on
that
one
was all
side,
over that side. Yeah, we've got
and then
photos
the
of...
DeLorean
Yeah,
was at the other side.
yeah, we've got...
But then obviously, these are going to be permanent now because they've just put that photo...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Automatic photo thing in there that's over the same one in Jurassic Park. So
Yeah.
again, because they could have quite easily just got shot of these.
Oh, they could have done. I'm glad they didn't.
No, because it's like, well, Darren would cry if we took them out. So we have to.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, one of the times last year when we were there, we got lucky when I guess they had just put in that photo op thing, and sure enough, Doc Brown just showed up. We're like, hey, come in here real quick. So we got Doc Brown on that photo in front of the DeLorean.
Oh, that is so cool.
I think it shows you how popular of a character he is still. That like the same with Beetlejuice. They could have quite easily just got rid of him because he's no relevance in the park anymore.
Yep.
But keep him around because he is probably one of the best interactive characters in the park.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. So, we still love Lucy. Chris.
Yes. Who doesn't? Lucy, a Tribute, was an attraction that was a fun little stop for fans of the show, but it closed nonetheless. However, Lucy can still be found wandering around Hollywood, meeting and greeting with guests.
She's one of my favourites.
Along with Marilyn Monroe, usually.
Yes.
Yep.
And I know that one of the Lucys is also Chance.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Which
Really?
seems weird, yes. I won't name her on, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is bizarre. Like one night you're playing, so during the night you're playing Chance, during the day you're playing Lucy.
Both quite mischievous.
Yes. I mean,
Similar voices, actually.
yeah.
Yeah.
See, I still think back to, I think it was the first time we went over when they had Lucy and Ricky.
Oh,
and
they were brilliant together.
I need to look at that picture and find out whether it was her.
I don't think it was.
Because
I don't think it was.
I seem to remember when we had Ron Schneider on the show talking about his time as coordinator for the in-park characters, that the guy who played Ricky there was only ever one guy ever played Ricky in all the time there.
Really?
Yeah, and he died not that long ago, if I remember rightly. But he'd been like Ricky Ricardo right from opening day till the day they stopped.
Yeah.
I'd never seen a Ricky over there. That would be awesome to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was brilliant as well.
And together they bounced off each other amazingly.
Yeah.
Just like the show.
Yeah. This is it. I never got to go in because Lee's not fussed about it. I never pushed it. Now, huge Lucy fan.
I think we've got a blog post kicking around somewhere on the blog of, like, I think it was Travis at the time was doing our photos, and I sent him in there to sort of document it all. So yeah,
but she still fits because it's old school Hollywood.
Yeah, again, another character that could have quite easily just got rid of.
Yeah.
And it's like, let's be honest, at this point, kids and families and that coming in, they won't have a clue who Lucy is.
No.
Our kids
I
wouldn't.
grew up like watching that on Nick at Night, along with a bunch of other shows like Bewitched.
Yeah.
Things like
Oh,
that.
I love Bewitched.
Yeah. I love that when that comes on from the beginning. That's it, right? That's my day planned around when that's on. Anything like that, I love them.
Yeah. I think Bewitched still holds up as well.
It does. Yes. Posters in Hello Kitty store. Lee.
Yes, well, obviously a couple of attractions have a gone. Hey, a couple of attractions have a gone. But they've paid sort of homage to them in posters you can get in the Hello Kitty store. Darren, I'm surprised you haven't got the Back to the Future one.
Nina has the T-shirt.
Ah, cool. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
T-shirts as well, I forgot. And there's also a Jaws one, which is the classic Jaws poster featuring Kitty White swimming and the shark sporting a lovely red bow.
Aww.
I wonder if they sell
Awesome.
quite well. They should do one for every form or attraction, I think. It could be quite interesting.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
It could be.
Yes. Just a little nod. Nothing too major, but again, it's keeping the memory of those attractions in the park still.
Yes, it is.
Can't forget your roots.
Nope.
Nope. So, we're going to head out of the studios. And as part of our travels across to the sister park, we have Blue Slime Man,
See what I did there?
Darren.
Yes. During a recent renovation, wasn't this stuff taken out?
I don't think so. As far as I'm aware, it's still there.
Okay. Well, if you venture into the Sharp Aquos Theater to catch a Blue Man Group show and get caught short and head to the bathroom, you can see a leftover of the Nickelodeon Studios and the green tiles used on the floor, which give the impression that there is slime coming out of the stalls.
Yes. Who doesn't need to feel that there's something nasty on the floor of the bathroom?
Yes. It was there when we did the extra add-on experience for Horror Nights. The repository.
That was, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
It was there towards the middle of last year, I think.
Okay.
Because we actually did the Blue Man Group show and just popped in there.
I thought we had a news story about that coming out, or from Seth's Little Things or something like that, but I don't know for sure.
Oh, that rings a bell now, actually. Something
Yeah.
to do with that.
Again, it was like middle of last year, so they could have done something after.
If anybody knows whether that's still there or not, just drop us a tweet or a Facebook message. I'd be quite interested to see if that's still there. Because I don't understand why you would take that out. It takes more effort than just to leave it in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was cool.
Yeah. As people complain, someone's done something on the floor in there, you might want to clean it up. No, ma'am, it's meant to be there. Or is it, I don't know, it's obviously in the men's toilets, I'm assuming. Or is it in both?
Why are you saying it's obviously?
Well, because I'm assuming that Darren and Chris both know it's there. So unless they're going in the ladies' toilets.
Oh, we're talking about the guys' toilets. Oh, like,
What am I
Never been
saying?
in there. Don't know.
I don't judge. We've all got to have our hobbies.
Anyway,
Right, let's head into Islands of Adventure.
wait for it. I'm very, very proud of this one.
Oh, get in now.
Sitting on the dock of Iowa.
Nice.
You're not giving yourself one?
No.
Okay.
I'm just going to let that one sit there on its own merit.
Okay. Inside Islands of Adventure, Skipper Island boat tours may no longer be a thing, but the dock at the end of port of entry is still there and is a lasting reminder of a much missed attraction.
Such a
Yes,
shame
indeed.
that they don't do that anymore.
I know.
I wish they brought it back.
Yeah. I know we've said that Universal desperately needs other things for people to do. You know, the shows are kind of getting less and less, and the more like the things in Diagon Alley and Hogsmeade where they sort of stand around and watch it rather than, you know, the horror makeup show, go and sit down in a theatre thing. And we said, like, you go to the Magic Kingdom and you know, if you sort of, it's funny, I had this conversation with Craig the other day. He'd just been to Alton Towers and there's nothing to do there other than rides. And sometimes, you know, you go, you have a bad ride on something and it makes your stomach turn, or you've got a bad head. You need that attraction that you can just, so rather than just sit and do nothing, you can still go, I'll go and jump on the People Mover or the Magic Kingdom Railroad. There's nothing
I'll
really
go and see a show or something like that.
there's nothing
yeah.
really like that at Universal, and it could do with it. You know, you've got the Hogwarts Express, but on any given day, you might queue half an hour to get on it, and then it's only like
for the 5-minute ride.
Yeah.
It's all enclosed anyway. It's not the same.
yeah.
A nice little open air attraction.
Yeah. Just a slow moving outdoor, like the High in the Sky Zeus trolley train ride's probably the closest thing you've got to it.
Yeah.
Again,
And even that could be a long way.
Yeah.
And that's what stops it being that type of attraction, because it's not a queue you want to get stuck in either if you're feeling a bit ropey.
No, it's very stuffy in there.
So we should put a lobby together to bring back the Skipper Island boat tours.
Yes.
I said they just need to pull down the Discovery Centre and have Hogwarts as that weenie across the lake and do the first year boat rides across the lagoon. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And then they would have to leave the parks open until after dark because it was dark when they sailed across with the lanterns. So it would have to be an evening-only attraction. Ooh.
Absolutely.
They can stop maintaining the lake so it turns black.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Put an
a lot of money that
animatronic
Tentacle.
octopus in. Is it a squid?
Squid.
It's a squid, isn't it? Oh, God. I got that wrong there. That's terrible of me.
Tut, tut, tut.
I know.
Let's move swiftly on before you start
It's so
lashing
funny
yourself.
that Sneech Beach will still be there on the side, though. On the way. It's Hogwarts.
Yeah, that's
Just
what
change
it is.
snitch. It's a snitch. Oh, no, it doesn't rhyme, does it?
That's something very different. We all know what happens to snitches. Was it snitch get stitches?
See, I left it there. You didn't need to say it.
I did. I really did.
I do
was
believe
like-
this is the last one.
It was
by
like a
the way.
snitch itch.
All right.
Scratching. Anyway.
This one, I wasn't. This one, actually, I will give props to Seth because Seth helped me out with these nods, and this was one that he told me about, and I wasn't sure whether it was still there because I couldn't find anything. So I actually sent Kenneth out to the park to get me pictures of these to show me that they are still there.
So this is Tun Lagoon Amphitheater, Chris.
The amphitheater on the edge of Tun Lagoon sits empty for large parts of the year now, but has, in its time, housed a few shows. There are banners that can still be seen to this day.
From the original, I've realised I've just left that out. It's from the original. It was like I can't remember what it was called now. There was like a Toon show.
Pandemonium Cartoon Circus.
There you go.
And the various cartoon characters are Tun Lagoon. Yeah, that started with the opening of the park. And it lasted until 2000 when Matt Hoffman's freaking crazy stunt show took over.
Yeah, I wonder how many people have seen that show then.
I'm trying to picture what it would be like.
Now, I can't imagine what a show would be. Well, you think back to, though, when we first went, the Popeye and Olive Oil that we met were face characters, and they were really good as well. So
We met them in the studios, though.
yeah, that was weird.
So we met them in Production Central, just as we went in.
Yeah, because you met Ricky and Lucy, and
they
I
were
met,
across the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's weird.
Yeah. And where these flagpoles are, we met Popeye and Bluto.
No, just Bluto.
Just Bluto, was
yeah, because he put.
Is that a face character?
No,
No,
it was
he had a big head
costume.
on because he put. He signed my autograph book. You stink.
That's right.
It was true at the time, though.
It probably was.
It was a hot day at the park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know whether anyone else has got any others that I've missed on there. I mean, like I say, the only other one that I found, but I couldn't actually find any evidence of, was there's apparently the staircase from the
from
Alfred Hitchcock
Hitchcock.
in Shrek. But I
But I
couldn't.
understand it was too difficult to remove.
Right.
So if that's the case, surely it's still there.
But I don't necessarily think it's anything you can see. It's not something you're going to be able to walk into like the pre-show at Shrek or whatever and go, oh, look, there it is. I think it's kind of hidden away.
See, I'd be surprised if there's no nods to where have I gone? Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah,
Just
see, I had a
pick
look.
one name.
I couldn't find anything. And like I said,
Or
Seth
wasn't it
helped me out with
Hanna-Barbera
this. And
before
I
that as
asked,
well?
Yeah, and apparently there's nothing. No, I was surprised.
Yeah, I am surprised by that.
Especially with a property they own, Illuminations, their own animation company. You'd think they could do whatever the hell they like with that. Whereas some of the other ones, you'd think, like, I wonder, an interesting conversation with J.K. Rowling for how hands-on she is and how much she wants her property to be her property. That she's allowed them to put references to Jaws in there.
Yeah, true.
It makes me wonder if in Hogsmeade there's anything for like the Enchanted Oak Tavern.
The Enchanted Oak is what's now the Three Broomsticks,
Yeah.
isn't it? So potentially there might be in there.
You know, which
The
would be-
original wood seating.
maybe.
Maybe.
But it, to be honest, because they're obviously quite similar,
yeah.
it would be quite hard to see anything anyway, I would imagine. But yeah, I was wandering round and...
See, I have no memory of Merlin Wood as it was now, really.
I do. I liked it.
Like, I can't, in my head, remember what was from Dragon Challenge to Jurassic Park, I have no recollection of what was there. Obviously, the flying unicorn, but that was kind of...
That was it tucked away.
Yeah, you couldn't see it at all like you can with the hippogriff.
It was
now.
quite windy and tree-lined.
Yeah.
It felt quite narrow and closed in, and it was kind of like you stood on the what I call the big medallion to see the Dueling Dragons.
Yeah, that was... they should have left that.
Thing. And behind was the Enchanted Oak.
Yeah.
But you had like the little magic show, and...
I remember very little of it.
I remember Merlin being out. You know.
Anyway.
The guy was a weird Merlin, too.
Yeah.
Wasn't very wizardy.
He was kind of like a poor man's Dumbledore.
Well,
yes.
Merlin was a poor man's Dumbledore, wasn't he? Let's be honest.
Well,
what are you going to say? That Dumbledore has an Order of Merlin?
exactly. So he was obviously pretty important.
It's just the first one, wasn't he?
Just the first order.
Well,
Only
the
the top
first
one.
wizard.
Well,
Doesn't make him the
gotta
best.
start somewhere. Well,
Before we get into the wizard debate,
yeah. But no, I don't think I can. So if anybody else has got anything,
Yeah, definitely.
you know, and especially if you've got some photos to share.
I mean, I'm sure
Love it.
like you could go into the prop shop. There's probably tons of nods to old attractions in there.
Yeah, but that's cheating a bit.
Not really, they are.
Are you classing the
No,
horror
they're sat in
makeup show then?
someone's houses. Eh?
Is there anything in the horror makeup show?
No,
No.
that's been there from all the time.
let's go. Now it's to old horror nights.
I was going to say, is
And
the
the
Jack in
statues
there?
of Jack the Clown
Yeah.
and Caretaker and
You got
Technically.
that?
Well, then, Darren, if you want to go down that route, you could go to every Horror Nights as nods to previous Horror Nights then, because they reuse a lot of the props and sets and stuff.
there you go.
I wonder if any of the stars in the little mini Hollywood Walk are like old characters from old rides. Like the actors have played.
I think we have a scavenger hunt now.
Interesting.
Just suddenly, because I often forget about it. I bet a lot of people forget about the stars.
I don't even think I've ever looked at them.
We've got photographs. We have photographs.
That could be quite interesting. Because it could
Yeah.
be Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd, maybe, and
Roy
you'd wanna-
Scheider.
yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool if they were in there. Michael
See?
Keaton would be a good one in there as well.
Yeah.
Bill Paxton.
Yeah. Right. You know, sometimes I do have ideas. It's not often, but sometimes. So,
I might have an idea for Kenneth's third vlog.
so I'm going to end this show on a high, seeing as I've just done something good. So yeah, we hope you've enjoyed our little foray into finding these little hidden treasures. As I say, you've got any photographs or you know where there's some different ones, give us a shout because we'd love to have a comprehensive
Yeah.
collection
If
of them.
anyone wants to
Be
go out and
great.
find them all, I could do a blog post and obviously give
Yeah.
you full credit for all the photos. That would be cool.
Cut,
Absolutely.
print.
Vintage photos.
That's a
Love
wrap
seeing
for another
those.
episode of the
Yes.
Unofficial Universal
Yes.
Orlando
That'd be
podcast.
cool.
Never miss
Yeah.
a show by subscribing
So-
on Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating and
enjoyed that
review
one.
while you're there. Not an Apple
With
user?
the
You can listen
really
on
bad
Stitcher,
titles,
Spotify,
Yeah, I was
YouTube,
pleased with
iHeartRadio,
them.
or your
Your
podcast
Podcast
of
is still the
choice.
best one.
Email us
Yes.
any questions or comments to podcast
Darren knew where I
at
was going to see when he started singing it about 4
uuopodcast.com.
items.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Instagram,
So,
and Pinterest. Just
So
search
for Lee,
UUO
Darren, Chris,
Podcast.
and myself,
Keep up with the
this
latest
has been
news,
episode
rumors, and
296
updates on our
of the
blog at
Unofficial Universal
uuopodcast.com.
Podcast.
Thanks for listening. See you next week.